and when I look at range heroes, range carries, is there anything that's completely dead? Maybe Luna at the moment, like she got super nerfed. She's kinda rip. Besides her, all the range heroes kinda feel alright. I mean, SF was a carry for a while now, he isn't anymore. I'm looking at all the ranged boys.
So it's like Weaver's worse, Troll is still playable, but it's like pseudo. Sniper's better mid. Luna you mentioned, which is pretty much dead. We have Gyro in this game. What else is ranged? Razor's still fine, but Razor's always been like this weird kind of hero, right? TA is pretty good, I suppose. That hero's quite good right now.
I think we're reaching here. There's good from both sides, you know, from range and from melee. Like Drow is living on the Roshan steel high. I don't know when that happened, but good job, Mr. One-Hida. Mr. Monkey King.
Must have been a very fun pub that he played before this.
Yeah. They played some games before this one though as well, right? Like in the qualifier, maybe it was one of those. Or a pub.
I think it was a pub, because they just like owned the games. They got the Roshans pretty easily.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, that's true. We watched them. So, yeah. I mean, we watched the last series. We didn't watch the one before, though. If they even had it. They had two, right?
Remember, they FF'd before that, so the last series was their first one.
Ah, okay. So it had to be pub. On the other side, Malfurion Storm Rage, by the way, on the gyrocopter.
That's an awesome name.
Mm-hmm.
Malfurion Storm Rage. Is that from somewhere? Am I missing some lore?
Of course, it's from Warcraft.
Which character? You know you're the one that has the Warcraft lore between the two of us.
It's the Night Elf guy. It's like the most important.
Oh, the one that had the Illidan model, right?
No, this one is the first druid. He had, I think, in Warcraft 3 that he had the Lashrak unit.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the.
Well, you'll be glad to know there's another old man in the
No,
lobby.
actually, I'm wrong. It's not the Lashrak prophet. It's the prophet. He's actually prophet in Dota.
Ah, I see.
My bad. Yeah. He's the one that went to awaken the druids with Tyrande. They went into the caves, into the dens.
You know, when I spent most of my time playing Warcraft, it was just maps against friends, you know. Because at the time when Warcraft 3 was still available, I didn't have a computer back then, so you'd have to go to like the computer cafe to play. So when you're there, you know, you don't have much time to sit and just play the story mode. You're like, alright guys, just give me the custom map while I still have this hour or two. I can't afford more.
Honestly, I really recommend it. Even right now, I recommend playing the campaign. It's one of the best campaigns that I've played. Like, high recommend. Just don't play it on Reforged. Play it on like normal. If you get the time, the story is really good. Like the
I remember
lore.
I only played up until like Arthas's initial betrayal, but not much more beyond that.
Warlock.
Oh, speaking of betrayal, our boy Johnny has been betrayed by the vision of the map, and he's gonna get surrounded by these heroes. And aside here of Advanced Esports, they're gonna be the ones to grab the first blood. SPK on his Brewmaster, off to a decent start now.
He was too busy listening to us about listening to our yapping about irrelevant stuff, so gets caught.
He's like, which hero model was it actually? Like, what happened back then? Oh shit, I'm dead.
The battle begins.
Yeah. Like every day I want to go back and complete the campaign, but I can't find the time. It's one of those things I've done. I don't know, I think I finished that campaign at least like 20 times. When I didn't have internet, it was play Warcraft 3 at home, either against bots or play campaign over and over again. Nice little play from Nyx. He impaled the creep wave down bottom. basically trying to get the equilibrium under the tower. Didn't really manage, but nice attempt.
We'll see how it all pans out as the game is now underway. Yet again, once and all, this is an elimination game, so cannot afford to make any big mistakes here. And mid lane, we've been seeing this Tiny have quite a lot of good matchups, right? He's beaten Invoker, has been beating Ember Spirits, Drew with the Timbersaw. In this situation, he should find himself suffering a lot of magic harass, but he should overall still be fine, right?
Alright, just Tiny. I feel like he doesn't have a singular really bad matchup in the game right now. You pick up your tree and you whack people with it, and that's it. A Queen of Pain is one of those that on paper should zone you, but not really, because you don't go for Shadow Strike on Quap anymore, right? Like, you're going for Scream of Pain.
Bro, do you remember when, oh, we have a little bit of an avalanche middle, but everything's fine. Top. Monkey King, just gonna be chilling. They have the cogs out right now onto 2, or they push back onto James. Do they have the damage? Boundless Strike will set him up, and Raw Awesome can get the kill. Nicely done. Advanced Esports starting out quite well in these lanes right now.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. You're playing into a monkey with Rubik and Night Stalker. You know, the moment they picked Rubik, I was like, okay, this has to be like some super player preference, because you have a Night Stalker, you know, like Rubik isn't truly the strongest laner. Bot lane, they got him really low, but they can't really kill him. And you opted to go for Rubik to help the Night Stalker out. He needs a lot of help early on.
Rubik is actually about to get this kill though.
There you go.
With Kachal and
Proving
James,
me
they
wrong.
caught the monkey when he was super far away from the clockwork, and they just isolate and kill him.
Yeah, they got level 2. That's a big difference maker. Like, they got level 2, they got Void, and they got Lift, and also Clockwork. You gotta be a bit closer to your carry.
Bit of a mistake there on the top side of the map, and down bottom though, SPK, it's not going to be an easy time for him dealing with Warlock and Gyrocopter. This is a lot of sustained damage that you can't really easily deal with, and like, it kind of sucks because it's mixed damage, right? There's magic damage, there's physical damage. You can't just choose between Earth and Storm Brawler and just be fine in the lane. You always have to be on your toes here as the Panda.
There's all kinds of damage, all kinds. You get some magic, you got some physical, like you said. That's it, by the way, not really all kinds. It's magic or physical, but still. They should give him some pure damage, you know, emotional damage as well. Should be a homing pure missile.
Oh my god. Well,
and then his ulti. Is there any other ulti damage, like piercing? Tiny? He's fine.
He's fine. He's cool.
Do we still have piercing damage? We do, right?
Well, we do still have piercing damage, yeah. But we don't have chaos damage anymore like we used to in the old days.
Yeah. Chaos damage was cool. Top lane, Rubik. Mr. Yames.
He's gonna die here. He's getting pushed back. Boundless Strike onto 2, and that's an easy cleanup for one hitter. So, getting some revenge for the earlier kill, and especially for the fact that I did not expect this, Liz. This Night Stalker is CSing like a goddamn demon. He's on 30 CS almost. Despite the inherent difficulty of this matchup, he is doing amazing.
They are literally owning the top lane. This should definitely... This is going much, much better than I could have imagined. He has 2 bracers, boots of speed, going for phases. This is amazing for them. I mean, look, this Rubik is just too good.
James is owning. Down bottom, they're opening up a lot of space for this Gyrocopter to farm. Despite the couple of kills that they've suffered, overall the lanes still look decent for them. However, they're going to go again onto James. They don't want to really spend too much time attacking Kashal, but James will have to do, however, the nice lift back, triggering just before the Wukong's Boundless could come out. And they zone back this aggression. It's going to be fine. Dude, how is Night Stalker having this good of a game? This is quite nice. This is amazing.
Yeah, he's chilling. Nighttime is still there and gone. That extra couple of seconds he had. So he's gonna get what? Chainmail next, phases. He's already set for success, honestly. Like, this has been as good as you can usually wish for. Clockwork might be dead here.
They might actually kill Russ. Awesome. They run out of mana on Kashal though, so this Night Stalker is the one that's in danger instead. He had, unfortunately, zero access to a magic wand, a magic stick, no nothing. So he just ends up dead in that situation.
I was looking at that fight and I wasn't sure who's gonna die. Was it Clockwork or Night Stalker? But Night Stalker tried running instead of just hitting him. I feel like they tossed the blood grenade. They just needed to hit him a couple of times. But yeah, they didn't even trade this way.
Very unfortunate. Down in the river.
Hope he's gonna get 6
steal
though.
away the amplified damage rune, and now Queen of Pain does have the level 6 available. She has the Sonic Wave. It's going to be a blood grenade drop down, Sonic Wave pushed out. Pastel trying his best with the avalanche, but now he's completely out of mana, relying on that last range up charge to save him, and it will do so for now. Hazy, can they get this kill? Fatal Bonds are out. They finally get the kill, but this could be dangerous. They lose Kilo right now.
Oh, there's
some of this damage coming out from the Warlock, and unfortunately the Ogre Bruiser showing itself to be not a fun person to play around. It gets the Ogre Smash. You talked about it in the previous series, and we finally get to see it now.
I mean, this should... That Tiny had no business living for so long. But at the same time, he was kind of unfortunate. Queen of Pain gets that level 6, hits the creep, gets 6. Clockwork? He stole it.
Oh, he got it. What a player. He got it. What's the... Our win rate is 100%, right? For teams that get both bounties or both wisdoms?
I think so, yeah, so far.
Worthy tribute.
But Radiant,
top,
Radiant really isn't looking that bad at the moment. They're playing fine. They're looking better than Advanced Esports at the moment. But Advanced, they looked the same in the last series. They looked kind of bad in the lanes, and then they picked it up. Now that they have level 6 on Panda, maybe this is a chance to go.
Going bottom, they threw the barrel out onto this gyrocopter, and here's going to be the first usage of this game. They even brought the Queen of Pain down. She throws out the Scream. Malfurion Storm Rage is going to end up dead. They didn't even need to use all that many spells outside of the ultimate of Brew. They should be able to make this a double. Both of them brought down. That is a perfect first usage, and it ends just in time as soon as the enemies are dead.
Yeah, it was really nice. Like,
lane, though, they're also going to go for Kachal. Night Stalker is getting sieged upon here. Do they have the damage to kill him before his allies stream in? James is here trying to hold them back. Kachal survives for just a moment, but there we have the Primal Spring. It comes down. Juanita, does he have the damage? One more hit. One more. Come on. Come on.
Look,
come on.
Rubik.
He's gonna get him. Unfortunately, I think he's gonna die for this one, though. Unfortunately not, though. James doesn't have the telekinesis. Juanita turns around, Boundless Strike, regains all of his HP and finds himself a double kill. They do drop the upheaval as well as the call down upon his face, so he will end up dead. But now, though, the question is, can Malfurion escape this? He's out of mana at the moment. That's awesome. Waiting for the opportunity to come in. Here he is. Finds the cogs with the battery assault. Barely survives through the usage of the rocket barrage, but he does bail SPK out. Massively chaotic fight, but it ends up being overall an advantage for the side of Avengers. But they're not done. They're not done, Liz. They still want more. This gyrocopter gets held in position with the impale. The Vendetta hit was there. They're trying to heal him up with the Shadow Word. He's trying to kill the Nyx with the rocket barrage, but unfortunately Juanita is back with the Primal Spring, finding yet another kill. SPK on a killing spree with this Brewmaster.
That was like 3 minutes of non-stop brawl. I love this. I love this Dota. I felt like Clockwork could have maybe went in a little bit earlier and they killed Gyro in between his spells. But he goes in when the spells are up, so he just takes too much damage and he needs to run away. In any case, they get the Gyro in the end. That's what matters. It's the crazy sequence of events in which Ras Awesome is the one that... It's kind of a big winner. He's got level 6 now on that Clockwork. Aiming to maybe hook someone. Maybe...
Honestly, astonishing to me that he didn't die super early in that fight.
Yeah. Rubik kind of left him. Rubik was finishing him off, and then I think the stick got used or something, so he abandoned the clock. Too good playing this Rubik once again, leading the charge.
Now brought 4 heroes to the top lane. They want to secure the Tier 1 tower, open up their map somewhat. However, the same is happening with the Radiant lineup. Advance taking the Twin Gate down. Malfurion recognizing that this move is coming, and he is going to back himself away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I wonder when he changed his name, because I knew his previous name of Reality. I don't know when this happened, but it's cool.
Who exactly?
The carry, Malfurion.
Oh, okay. Maybe he played the campaign.
Gained some inspiration on that front.
Radiant's bottom tower
So, top tower being sieged, but bottom tower has already fallen in Advance's favor. But map is now even. It's all going to come down to who's going to be able to apply pressure on the mid towers first. Sad Rubik. He was hoping to get Blink.
Yep.
Oh, hook shot. Speaking of Rubik, he might not even be allowed to keep the Scream of Pain here. Getting targeted by the rest of the advanced lineup, and they do manage to find the kill. However, 4 heroes caught inside these fatal bonds with the chaotic offering drop. Unfortunately, SPK immediately goes into the brew split, and all of a sudden it's this Warlock that's in danger. He is going to end up dead, and they might kill the Gyro too. Sonic Wave pushes him up into the Vendetta while the Wukong's is down. He ends up dead. At the same time, though, Pasto finds an amazing avalanche, able to bring down Nyx, but not anybody else just yet. He's stuck inside the cogs right now, and he will end up dead. Kachal, at the very least, was able to get the finish onto the Queen of Pain, but it's not enough, and this fight is not even over. One Hater getting this jump onto the Rubik, but Rubik stole the jump on the Tree Dance, able to retreat himself. And now Kachal trying to isolate this Monkey King underneath the Tier 1 tower. Can they have the damage for him? The Gyrocopter is trying to return. He's finally here, gets out the rocket barrage, and they have the damage. Monkey King is down. Hazy is gone as well. And Winter Bears, it's a 4 for 2 at the end. It's very painful, but at least they don't lose any real estate off the back of that.
Yeah, these two teams, they signed an agreement. Like, there was a contract before the game started. Only 1 minute plus team fights are allowed. None of these 15 seconds and everything is done. No, no, no. You have to respawn and join the same team fight, or you're disqualified.
Immediately.
Oh, mid once again. Let's
They're
go.
not done. It's literally the exact same location we just saw the previous fight. Poor James cannot catch a break. They're right back on him. They bring him down. Well, you are definitely right, sir. We need to see that contract because you are not allowed to retreat, not allowed to surrender, only allowed to brawl in this game. And the brawling's not done. Top lane. Keto, he gets caught out, and now look where One Hater is. Monkey King in between Gyrocopter and the Night Stalker, doing his best to fight through them. And this Monkey is so strong right now, zoning back Malfurion. With the help of SBK, they're able to bring down this Gyro. Kachal trying to get himself out, but there is no way out, my friend. At least able to escape away from the Wukong's command. Pastel finding 4 heroes with the Avalanche, 3 of them with the toss, but unfortunately just not enough damage. He will end up dead. There will be a Sonic Wave, though, that ends up getting the better of him, as the Clockwork also died to the Fade Bolt on the far edge of the fight. And this engagement may not be over. They're jumping forward, leading in for the Warlock. They want him. Lift back, though, onto One Hater, and with the Fatal Bonds, he is very weak, but the split is going to be able to get past the bonds, kill off the Warlock. Now they want Kachal. The Her Boulder will be there. Can this Night Stalker die? No. Gyrocopter doing way too much damage onto these Brewlings. SPK needs to split. And this chaotic fight ends. It's still an advantage for Advanced Esports, but this chaos means they can't really assert themselves and get buildings off the back of this.
Yeah, they'd probably like some building damage, considering they have Brew and all these big ultis. On the other side, the Night Stalker has a Midas. Like, he's fine. All these fights where he's not farming, he just goes back to the jungle, uses that one Midas, and he's happy again. I mean, not really that bad for him. Level 10.
We almost have 2 kills a minute right now.
Yeah, Nyx Assassin wants to make it even more. They're invading once again. They don't even have ulti on Brew. They don't really care. They have good vision around this tier 1 tower. James.
Rocket Flare scouts out James. They want him, they get him. Dagon is going to bring him low. He finishes him off, and now Johnny's also in trouble. But he finds yet again 4 heroes with the Fatal Bonds Chaotic Offering. Nyx Assassin going to be the first one dropped off the back of this as he ends up dead. Toss forward, bypass still. They want Hazy. They don't have the silence anymore, but they do have the Avalanche. Do they have the damage? Fatal Bonds are still there. Somebody hit this clockwork. No, the bonds are gone. Oh my god, with a sliver of health, Hazy manages to escape, but they bounce them back away from this tier 1 tower middle. What a chaotic offering from this Warlock.
And full HP Quap now. That Dagon doing some real work in Clockwork, dying again. Yeah, this game is just full on brawl. I'm laid back in my chair just enjoying what I'm watching. There is no analysis needed.
You're laid back, dude. I'm sitting the hell up. This is some exciting Dota that we're witnessing right now.
I mean, kind of a different job between the two of us.
Oh, man. So, a lot of fun being had. By some miracle, we're still exactly at 1k in between the two teams. You mentioned that this Night Stalker does have a Midas. He's farming away, but simultaneously, this Monkey King is starting to become a problem. And once he has BKB, the only reason that he's had to leave any of these fights is because he runs out of HP due to all this magic damage. What happens when he actually has that item available?
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. Bro split as well is kind of big. He's going for Vlad's next, it looks like, on the Brewmaster. They're getting a lot of these small little items that will help out in teamfights. On the other side, no Echo for Tiny yet. No Aghanims yet for Gyro. He went D-Lance and crit. And the Night Stalker is... I like the Midas BKB. I don't mind it. Like, you have the Tiny to toss you in, I guess. But having that blink as well earlier wouldn't have been that bad. I feel like in a game where you're owning the way he owned, he could have even YOLO'd it into Phylactery. You know, it sounds bad, and it usually is, but toss back into the silence.
Do get the silence out. Hazy still alive. Hazy gonna be able to get out. Not enough. Hazy will end up falling here. Now Fury Storm Rage, realizing that he's so much stronger than these heroes that he can just stand his ground, put out so much damage. Two have gone. One heater throws out the ultimate, but there's nobody to hold them in position. He can't maintain himself here, but he's still chasing after this Gyrocopter. However, once he's worked out the Wukongs, he's all of a sudden really vulnerable. Kachal turning his attention back onto him. They have the silence, they have the damage from the Gyrocopter, and they have the kill. James gets him down. At the same time, Pastel will die to the north. However, overall, Winter Bears super happy with how this engagement panned out.
Yeah, they got kind of split, right? Because Brew and Clock, they went on Tiny, they did kill him, but I feel like Gyro was as big of a target. They just needed to choose one or the other, and Monkey got a bit too greedy. Greed is obviously not always good. Gets punished for that solo attempt.
Milton Friedman would definitely disagree with that assessment.
Level 2 Dagon, by the way, on Nyx Assassin. Level 1 Dagon going for BKB on the Quap. Oh, Vendetta stolen.
That's super good.
Should probably just use Carapace instantly after using Vendetta versus Rubik. It's a short cooldown, 20 seconds. And if you use it, he can steal Vendetta at least.
Ooh, question. What's the most unforgivable spell to give away to Rubik?
Most unforgivable? Probably Hook from Pudge, I feel like. I mean...
Yeah, I should never give away Hook.
I mean, unforgivable. Global silence from silence. I mean, if he manages to steal that, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's number one.
Yeah, there are others, I'm sure. Like, stealing an egg from Phoenix as well is really difficult, but who cares? Like, Rubik steals an egg, whatever. Nyx, top lane.
Hunting down, being hunted by Rubik, but Rubik just wants to refresh his Vendetta. That's what he wanted to do.
Basically, that's what he did, yeah. Tiny is going top as well. They have only one sentry down the tower.
Oh, no. They have an awareness that he's somewhere in the area because they smoked up, but it broke immediately on the Warlock.
No, he wasn't caught.
Oh, he didn't. He wasn't in range. Yeah. I see. He was out of range. I see.
There's a BKB on Night Stalker, so they want to utilize this. They smoke up. There's nowhere. I mean, he can TP to the outpost, I guess, if they find a fight down bottom.
Come across one Hida. The smoke will break. And Hida will pop the mischief. Should be able to get him to safety. But now they know, and they actually have more heroes down here because Gyrocopter decided to retreat back towards middle. Tiny blinked back, but now they caught him. Oh no! He went for the last range creep, Lizard. How many times have we seen this? The wave is not safe, my friend. He ends up dead. Does cause them to commit Wukongs as well as the primal split. But if they can get the tier 2 tower out of this with the Sea Dragon wave, it'll be absolutely worth it.
It's always like that. That one extra creep wave, you know. Just 15 more gold, guys. That's all I need. Just 15 more gold. It's always like that. That's always where you die. Unfortunate. But Rubik did steal their Wisdom Rune at least, which is kind of nice. Nyx Assassin trying to do the same on the other side. Let's see if he manages. Well, never mind. The Wisdom Rune is taken on the other side. It's Gyro that took it.
Too late. Fortunately for him, they don't have any sentries down though, so no easy kills. John is sitting with a sentry, just hasn't plopped it anywhere. Just yet. Oh, they see him, they see him, they see him! They're gonna try to get the solo kill, but he missed the impale, so now Keto is dead.
He's very dead, yeah.
This happens also all the time. I mean, you play Bounty Hunter, you must experience this all the time.
Oh, of course.
Just barely fail to get the kill, and immediately they turn vision. 4 heroes are there, you die.
Yeah, the most common thing in Dota, I feel like. Mid lane, Monkey should be fine, right? Yeah. We have a lot of no names here in this game. We have Rubik played by Too Good. On the other side, we have... Where's the John guy? John is actually Warlock, so John X Fire playing Warlock. Too Good on the Rubik.
Oh, that's funny.
We have ourselves all the casters joining the MESWA region.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Too Good's really cool. I met him in Denmark. He's a really cool guy. I like him.
Radiant's
I had the
bottom
pleasure
tower
of
is
working
under
with him.
attack.
TI, the one that was in Singapore.
The Singapore
Dire
one, yeah.
are scanning.
I remember. My first one I was on the broadcast. I'll never forget it. This is Roshan. Now gonna get taken down by the Winter Bears. They have managed to amass a 3k gold lead right now. Night Stalker been making use of that. Midas, Gyrocopter been farming away now that he has the Aegis or the Aghanim Scepter. However, the fight is incoming, and I think Winter Bears made the right... I think they would have barely been able to finish it in time, but Nyx Assassin already sitting in behind, trying to scout out. There's a sentry though, they see him, and now look at the top. They find one Heater. This Monkey, he's too low on the HP. He's almost gonna die. They missed the hookshot as well. They're not gonna be able to save him, Lizard, and he ends up dead. Malfurion Storm Rage right now sitting in front of multiple heroes, but the Sonic Wave with SPK right behind him. The Gyrocopter's also gone. Warlock all of a sudden in danger to the north of the fight as they're also chasing down the Nyx Assassin. Kido, he will die, but he's happy to do so to create space for SPK and gang to finish up the rest. James doing his best to try and run away right now, but Hazy, because he's been caught on the far east of the fight, on the far west, excuse me, behind the Roshan pit, he gets killed off. 4 heroes are gone, and despite the Gyrocopter being dead, the fact that the Monkey King died first meant they had no hope of winning that team fight.
Yeah, the Monkey, he died way too quickly. Like, he was just instantly blown up. I feel like maybe if Clockwork Hook connects, maybe he even lives there, manages to TP out or jump around, but he's still useless because he's on like 5% HP, 1% even. Clockwork really didn't have luck. Like, his hook went through like 3 heroes. It's like he threaded the needle there with the hook shot.
Dude, this is actually crazy though. The fact that they killed the Gyro meant that they didn't have the damage to finish the Roche. So we're gonna have, as you said, round 2 of these fights. Only 1 minute engagements allowed. Avalanche on the 3, but there was a Spike Carapace, and now there's also a Chaotic Offering on the 3. Big Wukongs, but it's not gonna be enough. Look at the Gyrocopter going ham in this fight. Monkey ends up dead. SPK caught in an awkward position. Upheaval onto 4. Chaotic Offering onto 3, and Gyrocopter hitting absolutely everybody.
Yeah, that was a bit of a... That was more dominant than any single fight we've had, I feel like, in this tournament. when it comes to these teams that are kinda even. That was fatal bonds, like you said, with the gyro. Tiny, he didn't even care, he just baited everything on himself. He jumped into 4 heroes. Yeah, you just have to respect the warlock combos. Like, that hero is way too scary. The golem hitting on like 3-4. Yeah, sure, you get the Wukong's command, but it truly doesn't matter for the gyrocopter. Too much damage, and he's gonna have Daedalus next. He does have Demon Edge queued up. Crit is already there, of course. And it's not like they're even lacking damage, honestly.
Oh boy, oh boy. 10k gold lead all of a sudden. But surprisingly, our win probability is only 58% for the Winter Bears. As they are now
Split.
moving forward. SBK will find the split right now. They turn in onto Malfurion. BKB was popped by the Monkey King. And Gyro, he used all his spells there, Liz. He's gonna come back without anything. He doesn't have a BKB either. Kajal will dive into the back end of the fight, isolating the Monkey King, who no longer has a BKB of his own. But they kill off the Monkey. SBK can't split no longer either. Massive Sonic Wave though, catching 4 heroes. They kill James, they kill Bastille. Everybody else needs to try and run the hell away. Now Furion Storm Rage though, standing his ground, and with the flat cannon and able to bring down both of these supports. SBK doing his best, trying to keep the fight going. He cannot do it though. Hazy will also end up dead. Die to the Fatal Bonds Shadow World combination. Now Furion underneath the tier 2 tower. Gyro. He ends up going to be falling. No, he's still alive. 100 HP. He can't die. Everybody is gone. No one around to bring him down. It ends up being a massive 5-for-4 fight, but one of those lives was an Aegis only. So it's a big win right now for the Winter Bears.
Yeah, there was a buyback from Clockwork as well that was utilized there, so I really think the Panda could have killed the Gyro in the last second there. If he just turns and hits him once under the fortification of the tower, I really think he had a kill there, but okay. Gyro manages to survive. A lot of heals, of course, from Warlock's Shadow Word as well, coming in clutch to heal him. But the real carry on Advanced Esports here is really the Brewmaster. Like, he's truly the one doing the majority of the work. Queen of Pain as well, a little bit by Sonic Wave, of course, but Monkey King, you just don't feel his impact, and he is the lowest net worth core in the game. Yeah. At the moment, at least, he's really not doing a lot.
Unfortunately, that gap between, like, after he got BKB, and they were supposed to be able to string together a couple of good fights, his first 2 usages of BKBs were in that disastrous Roshan fight top. We died both times, so you don't really get to feel the value. You lose a ton of time not farming. And now all of a sudden, doesn't really pose a real threat in these fights. Also, I just realized that Gyrocopter, if he didn't have Vampire Fangs at the time as his neutral item, he definitely dies that fight.
Yeah, Vampire Fangs helped a lot, but right now he replaced them with something even better, right? So nothing has changed. Now he has Paladin Sword, so... Like, Vampire Fangs are really good on Gyro, like, really, really good. So is Paladin Sword.
Still though, right now, we have a Darkness being triggered out by Kachal. If I'm a Nyx Assassin, I die. Oh, I might not even... Dude, no, I'm not allowed to live. Is he gonna live? No way, dude. No way,
seconds.
Y'all have to kill him. Y'all have to kill him. This is not allowed. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, maybe if he continued running in Vendetta from that miss... Maybe, because the next Vendetta was so close. He just needed to cover some more distance, but yeah, they get him. Should probably buy a gem at this point and give it to Night Stalker. I think that would be very helpful for them versus Nyx, versus all the wards as well, and they're kind of in a very comfortable position anyway. This is a position in which you're buying the gem anyway, and especially versus a Nyx.
$14k gold leaders turn into 16. They no longer have an Aegis, so I doubt they have the appetite to go up the hill, but they are controlling this map very, very well. And what items do we have coming from the Dire lineup? So one hitter has changed his mind. Instead of going for the Mjolnir that he queued up earlier, he wants the Scardy instead to try and disable some of this heal on the Gyrocopter. SPK wants that AC to counteract the Night Stalker AC. And of course, Hazy Now that he has BKB, he can start building into the Shiva's Guard as well. So they really are focusing on the fact that this Gyrocopter will eventually have Satanic. He's going to have the Warlock to back him up, and you need some kind of tool to deal with that.
The best tool that they have is just Cyclone him. Play against everyone else and then fight afterwards. I think that's probably the best tool that they can use. Killing off the supports first would be... Oh, or
they're
maybe
gonna
not.
try and just kill him, heads up, 100-0. And they almost have him. They're bringing him down, but they healed. Look at him go, Lizard. He stands his ground, gets all his spells out, and honestly, there's nothing that they can do on the side of Advanced Esports. Way too much combat strength on this Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
Rename yourself from Malfurion to Kenpachi, my friend, because you cannot be brought down.
I was just saying that they should go on supports, but honestly I feel like they had the damage to blow up the gyro in that situation. Something was not used. I think one of the Dagons or something wasn't used on him. Yeah, in any case, you shouldn't go on gyro. You're just asking for trouble.
Well, as we say, Dota's a game of margins, and they were what? 300 health away from them winning a decisive fight, claiming an obscene amount of presence on the map, forcing Winter Bears to immediately retreat. But unfortunately, that bulwark of like 200-300 health prevents all of that, and now they have lost a lane of racks in the mid lane.
Bye-bye, Nyx.
As you mentioned, Night Stalker should buy a gem. He has it available right now, so there's not really much that Nyx can do.
Yep, they took that gem. John bought it on the Warlock, passed it over to the Night Stalker. This creates just such a nuisance for Dire to play. Just you can't really have a lot of vision on the map. Plus you're playing versus Night Stalker. Plus you're losing anyway. It's a rough position to be in. Like how do you get out on the map when this is happening? Like you need to smoke to make most of your moves. On the upside, bright side, Monkey King is getting closer to Eye of Skadi. Like he needs what, 900 gold more. I'm not sure they're gonna give him enough time though. Like they're already pressuring.
They're taking your Tommy. They're just closing out the entirety of the map away from you. But they actually push back this Nyx Assassin as well. Very easy kill. Dude, Pastel has just had this poor boy's number ever since they started getting this Blink Gem combination. So now we're staring down another lane of racks, and there's no buyback on the Nyx.
This is the closest game, right, that we've had so far.
Oh, by far.
By far, yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah. It does look very over though. I think Gyro has a full BKB flying out. Yep, he does. You need to find, basically in this game, you need to find a way to jump Warlock, kill him off before he rocks. But that's just such a difficult task to accomplish.
Stolen Wukongs from James, zoning these heroes back. Clockwork jumps in, but he can't even find the cogs. He dies that quickly. Wanhida tries to use his own Wukongs, putting in quite a bit of damage. Sonic Wave will be there, but these heroes are just not dying. Chaotic Offering was dropped down onto 2, creating space for Malfurion to just dive forward, killing everybody off. Reality is showing them the reality of his power, turning back onto Wanhida. As he dies, it's going to be a triple for the Gyro. Make that an ultra. And GG is called. The Winter Bears showing that their shaky start will not define their game as they crush the side here in the end, getting themselves a 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, just very nicely done by...
The side of Advance here is, when I think about their heroes, like how they work together, I really like the fact that they can play behind the Huskar, have him be the one that like moves the charge, but he's not the only source of jump, right? Like Hazy can position forward in the middle of the fight, and then you have 2 different sources of jump with the DK and the Clockwork on the edges. Then it's really difficult to counter engage due to the threat of this Enigma. I do think though that if Winter Bears gets off to a really good start and they just move forward as this like big ball of heroes daring you to touch them, then the game gets like kind of difficult because they don't really have burst outside of the Hoodwink on their lineup.
Yeah, for sure. The teamfight is definitely favoriting Winter Bears if they can set everything up even versus an Enigma. One black hole is not as strong as it used to be. So you have the Ravage, you have the you have the Egg, you have the Lich ulti. So, you know, like on one side, you kind of have to play around this. You get early rush with Huskar, and then you kind of snowball afterwards. Dragonite can take one objective after another. And on the other side, I think you're happy just farming. You know, I know you're playing into Huskar DK, but your late game on Dire looks pretty solid in my opinion. Yeah.
It's terrifying. And you're going to get to this point in the game if the things go super late where Razor can't die like early anymore in the fight. So by the time he reaches the end of his BKB duration, he spent the entire time linking the DK. And even if DK has like amassed a huge amount of items, not going to be able to dish out as much damage as he wants to.
Yeah, and you don't really have solid ways of dealing. I mean, you have Huskar and Dragonite, but then you're committing your cores on the Egg. So that's not super optimal, but okay, I take back that they don't have ways of dealing with it, at least. They do.
Well, we're going to find out how it all pans out here as Game 2 kicks off. Winter Bears versus Advanced Esports. And if Advanced loses, that is going to be it for their journey here in the Dream League Season 25 qualifiers. But all of it is going to rebound back to Hazy on this Huskar. Did okay in the previous game in the laning phase, but here he's not allowed to do just okay. You're playing Huskar, you have to do really, really well at all stages of the game.
Yeah, like you can't... You make a couple of mistakes and your game is over with Huskar. It feels that way. It always felt that way with the hero. There were a couple of patches where the hero was just absolutely unkillable no matter what you do. If you remember the Hood of Defiance Huskar patch, yeah, that was amazing. Right now he has that built in though, so whatever. But at least you can deal with him somehow. There's like this funky interaction down bottom between Clock and Phoenix. Like you use battery assault and you try to power cogs, and you try to minus their. But look at this, fire spirits, and you can't. Yeah, well, the fire spirits need to connect. that's where it went wrong. But basically, he tries to take your mana, but you use fire spirits, and he can't hit the battery because he's too slow. His attack speed is negative.
Oh, don't worry, too good is gonna hit the next fire spirits. It's all good. Bro, that's not all good. Can we take a look at middle? Is this supposed to be happening where Lina is doubling the CS of this Huskar?
Honestly, I think so. I can't, like, when I said I think Lina should be fine, it's because I kind of downplayed it. I think Lina should be really fine. You just have so much range on this hero. There aren't many mid laners that comfortably dominate Lina, and Huskar, I'm not sure if anything is going to change with levels. I don't think so. I think Lina is just absolutely fine in this lane.
Doesn't help that we did have a couple of missed CS from Hazy, but these things do happen. What can you do? Still though, he's still level 3. Not being completely outstripped just yet, but definitely one of the problems is that, or at least for the Lina, is that she can't really get help from Lich or Phoenix, but the Huskar can potentially get help from this Hoodwink, so we need to keep our eyes on the mid lane around the 6-minute mark to ensure that maybe there's a kill. And speaking of bot lane, they're going on to Keto. Will Keto die? Burning down, very low on the HP, 30 health, but no, he lives. James cannot close the gap, so no first blood going the way of Winter Bears here.
I just want to commend our observers. They're catching these. All the action. Very nice.
Very helpful, especially because I lost connection to the Dota game. So I'm still trying to reconnect, so very helpful to have a good observer.
You're not even in the game. You're watching it through Vmix. I see. Yeah. Okay. This guy is just taking a ton of hurt on the mid lane. Not really having the best time.
Wanna play with fire?
Bot lane, both of them got fire spirited, instantly paused. Probably one of them has connection issues because you shouldn't be hugging versus Tide and Phoenix. On top lane, both of them are bushwhacked as well. Let's see.
Man, if only they had Black Hole right now, that would have been a great opportunity.
I imagine having... If the game starts with everyone having only their ultis, which hero benefits the most?
If you just start with your ultis?
Yeah, every hero can only level their ulti level 1.
Let's see. Rupture would be pretty good. Juggernaut would be pretty good.
Yeah, but Jack has no damage, right? Like, not
He
a
doesn't
lot
have
to do.
damage, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Skyrath would be pretty good. Hold on. Lina, right now, struggling a little bit. She wanted to get the kill onto Keto, but lost the range and instead got pushed back into the waiting arms of Hazy. Well, that is exactly what he needed. And what I was talking about, they need to get rotations middle from their lineup. Hoodwink and Clockwork can accomplish it. Clock comes first, and now we have a first blood for Hazy. All the issues of the early game immediately ameliorated.
Yeah, absolutely punished for his insolence to go on the other side of the map and pressure the Huskar. Nicely done by Clock. Nice rotation, actually. The bot lane wasn't really... they were losing bot lane Omega hard. 30 CS on Tide versus 12 CS on Dragonite, so at least he moves mid and secures Huskar's... well, at least makes Huskar a bit better, because even with that kill, Huskar is below net worth of Lina. So, you know, this is now at least playable. Up to this point, it was unplayable. The game was about to be over in 5 minutes, but not 5, maybe 10.
When you cry.
This is nicer. So, back to the point.
Brewmaster.
I think,
Brewmaster,
Brew?
that's the hero.
yeah, Brew would be incredibly strong. I was thinking Lich. Like, Lich's ulti is really damn good. Or maybe Lion with a finger, you know? Some...
I think Lion could be good. Ench would be really good, actually. Like laning phase Ench with Untouchable. Oh my god, that would be crazy.
I mean, we had that.
Yeah. But do you want to go back to those days, bro? I don't.
Rubik with Spell Steal level 1. As well wouldn't be that bad.
What
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
blazes? That wasn't too bright.
Magnetize would be okay. But you don't have Rolling Boulder, right? So it's not going to be as strong.
I mean, yeah, but you have rocks. Yeah, sure.
Mid lane Ember would be really strong because then you just have like, you don't need a bottle. You have constant refills from minute 1.
Dire's structures
I'm
are
thinking
fortified.
Lich or Lion, because it's basically the first creep wave. That's it. That's where you get to use it, and then you're level 2 anyway.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We're back in the game now. We see ourselves. Just some more farming just happening all over. One hit on his DK. Just doing DK things. DK is a very versatile hero in the itemization department. What do you think is necessary for this game?
Is he versatile? I feel like every single game I'm seeing the same thing.
Well, the first 2 items aren't versatile. It's always SNI Armlet, but afterwards you can decide, do I want Blink? Do I want BKB? Do I want Mjolnir? I've seen some game where people go Heart. I've seen Datalises. You know, the
Yeah,
first 2 was like very stock standard, but after that it becomes a little bit more interesting.
Radiant
I mean,
are
first
scanning.
2 can also differ from what kind of a place you want to be playing from. Like, if you want to be a bit more active, you can get the Blink very early. If you want to be farming, like...
Speaking of active, they're getting active onto Pastel. Unfortunately, he walked right into the range of Raw Awesome. He's going to end up dead. They want to give the kill towards this Huskar. The burn damage, will it be enough? Yes, it will. These are level 2 burning spears, but still enough. And very nicely done. I must say, like, even if they end up losing this, at the very end of the day, dude, this guy, Raw Awesome, has been playing some Dota today.
Yeah, for sure. Him and the Clockwork, you know, they're making some nice rotations. He's only level 2 with Hoodwink, but making stuff happen. Now they rotate up top. There's no Black Hole just yet. He's still only level 5, but they could dive this. Like, this is diveable, I feel like.
They don't even have to dive it because Malfurion Storm Range went the opposite direction, so they're very safe from the tier 1 tower. And Malfurion very far from any kind of help. So poor old Reality will get brought down by SPK. We were mentioning that he's the win condition. Not only has he had a fairly decent lane, he's out here you know, about to hit level 6 as
Huskar?
well on this Enigma.
Hazy.
Huskar? Is he actually? I don't know if he's actually dead here with these two supports. We will
Lina
see.
is coming.
Hazy
Lina is coming.
gonna
Lina
go
is coming.
in with the life break onto this Lich, but like you said, Lina's coming.
No, not the fire
Finishes it off.
spirits.
Lich is
Nice.
gonna die. Okay.
No. Yeah, he denied. I saw the fire spirits being used on the creeps, and I was like, okay, they won't be able to deny him, but somehow one creep didn't get connected, so he still manages to deny himself. Yeah, it's the incendiary. Basically, this facet, you just die to 5 burning spears if you're a support. It's crazy strong.
Well, and I hate to inform you, fam, that we are definitely going to a game 3. Because, well, actually we're not. Because previous game we did have the first time we saw a team get double wisdoms and lose. So, we'll see if that ends up happening in this particular situation. As yet again,
Dire's top tower
they
is
get
under
the double
attack.
on the side of Advanced Esports.
It's pretty big because these two supports on Dire side really require their ultis. Phoenix and the Lich, they are just activated by their ults.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Kido is trying to steal away a rune middle. And, well, there's at least he knows that the rune is top. But will sacrifice his own life for that information.
Yeah, usually you don't want to die just for that info, but it is what it is. They waited on the rune, 3 of them, he couldn't escape. When it comes to supports, at least these two can farm on Dire side. On Radiant as well, it's not really that difficult to get level 6 on these supports. Like, all of them can either stand really far behind enemy lines or farm neutrals. Rotation top.
Oh, Enigma's dead. SPK, sorry, buddy. Patzel's gonna find him with the LSA. No, not even gonna start off with the LSA. They're just gonna right-click him. Laguna, Dragon Slave, and some right-clicks.
Why?
Man, he doesn't have LSA leveled up, but he almost died to the Eidolons. Thankfully,
Why
it doesn't
didn't
end up
he-
happening. His team can help him.
I mean, if he managed to black hole somehow, that it catches Lich and Lina is dead. Like, 100% dead.
Bottom
Oh,
lane,
well,
speaking of
bot lane.
big AoE ultimates, because the one that has Ravage is in danger right now. Kachal being closed in upon by the rest of this team, and Advantage, they get it. Okay, Advanced Esports. Getting themselves some kills on the map, not allowing this Lina to just completely overtake things. Yes, she's super farmed, but they still have all their towers. The one problem, though, is that they need more. Middle, Black Hole going in onto the Lich. They get it. They even find a bushwhack out onto James as well. This Phoenix, he is so lucky that SPK committed the Malefice onto the Lich instead. Otherwise, he would be dead too right now.
Yeah. It
Radiant's
would be
top
very
tower
difficult.
is
But
under attack.
you can kind of dive out of Malefice, at least like for 40-50% of the dive. But let's see, Huskar, they see him. He does have armlet.
It's fine for now, but unfortunately, he ran into a Razor who popped the ultimate. Eye of the Storm there, Laguna played out. They end up killing the Huskar. They do lose the Phoenix in exchange for this. However,
Malfurion.
Malfurion Storm range, reality is here. He still does have the Eye of the Storm going. Nice little bushwhack from Ras Awesome to keep himself alive. However, now the Lina does have the LSA. She throws it out. They get the catch. Very fortunate for Storm Rage. If the DK was here, that Razor, I think, would be dead right now. He is so low on the HP pool.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why he didn't TP. He has the form activated. He just wants to continue farming. I respect that, but Lich?
His team is fighting though while he's farming, because Lich will end up getting brought down by SPK and the gang. Hazy also diving forward onto Pastel. Pastel should end up dead here. The question is, can they find Hazy for some revenge? Kachal's thinking about it, but suddenly realizing that this is maybe not the place I want to be against this Huskar. In the meantime, Hook back into the mid lane. Malfurion caught out by Kido, and they kill off this Razor. Kido will happily die, exchanging the life of a measly 5-position clockwork for their carry on this enemy Razor on the other side.
Yeah, Razor and Lina actually not really having that great of a time, even though their net worth is okay. Like Lina on top of the course, Razor on bottom, it kind of evens out in the middle, I guess. But they're finding some extremely cheap kills on them. Like, they're not really paying a lot to get a kill on Razor and on the Lina,
Radiant's
so
bottom tower is under attack.
nice moves by Advanced Esports. And while all of this is happening, keep in mind that Dragonite has just been chilling down bottom. He never joined. He does have an armlet. He just needs his courier to come back to the living, and he can get that into his inventory.
He was a little bit behind in the farm charts, but this has given him that opportunity to catch up. He might involve himself in this fight here. He's not far away as Kachal is trying to chase down Kido. With hook shot, this should be fine. Clockwork should not die here. He's okay.
They have Ravage, they have Egg, they have Lich ulti. This is the time to kill DK. Just dive him right now. Like,
Tide Hunter has left the area, so Tide is not going to be available for that Ravage, unfortunately.
I'm very surprised they didn't go on him. Like, even just the Lich plus the Phoenix can dish out so much damage to the Dragonite, maybe even kill him before Armlet. He does have a fat wand and healing lotuses, but still.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Actually, in retrospect, what they should have done is that if Tide kept chasing the Clock, Clock would have been forced to hookshot to DK, and that opens up an opportunity for an easy chain frost
I
from the Lich.
honestly don't know why they didn't dive. You even have travels on Lina with Arcane Rune. This was as simple of a kill as you can imagine. It's under a tier 1, sure, but I think you still do it
Radiant's
quickly
bottom
enough.
tower is under attack.
Well, their failure to take advantage of that opportunity has created space for this DK to keep farming. The rest of the team is getting some net worth as well. SPK is right now within the Dire jungle in tandem with Raz Awesome. And they're trying to make sure that they can reach into this Aghanim Shard, the increased Malefice. You were mentioning how it's possible to maybe dive away from Malefice as it is now, but once he gets the Aghanim Shard, that's not going to be a possibility.
Bot lane now they're going.
Okay, 3 heroes around him. 1 healer, absolutely no way out. They didn't even have to
Arguably,
drop Rabbit for that one. That's
Of
actually even
course.
better, right?
yeah, arguably nothing changed between this moment and the one 2 minutes ago. Besides the fact that he actually had an armlet even. He- Imagine how much quicker they would have killed him even without the armlet. Whatever, they got him in the end. They have a fat stack in the triangle as well to farm up. Now Furion is
Radiant's bottom
in the
tower is
triangle.
under attack.
How's our boy Huskar doing, by the way? Hazy, almost a BKB, like 1,000 gold away from it.
Has fallen.
At the same time, though, this Razor is also getting very close towards his own BKB, farming these ancient stacks. Oh man, this is so juicy. Well, right now I probably wish I was playing Sven instead of the Razor, but this is still very, very nice. Looks like his BKB should arrive around the same time as the Huskars. But on the bright side, speaking of that Huskar, they do now have a Veil of Discord on James. And I remember it was you who have been preaching to me for many times about how this Phoenix hero can build anything as appropriate for the game. And I think
Yep.
this Vessel into Shivas is very appropriate for this game.
He doesn't have a vessel. He's only got an urn though. That's something I kind of
Oh,
dislike
he got
about
Veil.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
he got Veil
He-
first. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
he went Urn Veil. Look, I love Shivas this game. It's really good, but I like the vessel so much that I just can't understand why you wouldn't go for it this game. Like, you're playing versus Dragonite and Huskar. I think vessel is more than important. Veil is great. Like, you have Lich, Lina on your side. Sure, it's pretty cool for everyone, but
I'll be honest, I just saw gold disappearing from his inventory, and I thought for sure he's buying Vessel, right?
vessel.
Given
yeah.
those reasons, because it's Vessel, because it's DK and Huskar, I was like, oh, it's getting Vessel for
No,
sure,
this
no
is-
other way.
Yeah, this is definitely a vessel game. This Veil, in my opinion, at least, is sus. But you'd eventually get to it. You'd go vessel and then Shivas. It's the best thing that you can go for this game. Bot lane.
Are fortified.
Do see that they are trying to scurry away with Raz Awesome. The Kuna Blade will be there. LSA hasn't caught him just yet, but now it will. Oh, it also catches the DK. However, Kachal doesn't really have the appetite to try and get the Ravage off. Doesn't have a Blink Dagger or anything. He's in fact going for this Mage Slayer,
Mid-Slayer,
first.
yep.
Yeah, Mage Slayer SNY, so only gonna get Blink like 4th item.
If he even gets it, and when he gets it. I've seen too many Tide Hunters recently, not just going full auras and that's it. Like, you don't even go for it. Hazy, he's the one that's buying Blink, by the way, on the other side, and he might get John. Oh, nice Glimmer.
Good item on the Glimmer Cape. Still though, he's moving around, trying to find somebody with this Invis rune. Little did he know, but he's wandering directly into the Razor. And they have 4 heroes top. They have the numerical advantage here, Liz. They could make this happen. Kachal also had his Maze Slayer destroyed right now, so they don't have the magic reduction. Can they find this jump? Hazy, he sees James, goes in on top of him, gets a silence out. Can they kill him before the egg? Yes, they can. No supernova incoming for Winter Bears. The rest of these heroes have to run. SBK links forward, finds the Malefistan out onto Kachal. And they actually just dropped the Black Hole. It's the first one of the game.
Middle tower is
So might as well get it forward. And this also opens up the path to go directly into the Roshan pit.
Yeah, they had this option to use the egg and Ravage, but I think they still lose the fight. So it's probably for the best they didn't. Lina has travels, so she could have joined, but she had very low resources. Almost no mana, so even if she travels to something, like she had the outpost, she could have. She still couldn't really dish out all the damage that's required from her.
They still smoked up on Winter Bears. This Lina is here with Malfurion and James. They want to try and find them on the retreat. DK form not that far away from ending. He doesn't have BKB on one hater. They're trying to burst them down. They haven't managed it yet. 3 heroes inside the bushwhack. One heater is just going ham right now with the damage output. Unfortunately, though, they couldn't just close the deal. They will still end up losing 2. A double kill for Pastel. If there was one other hero there, Liz, just one, it could be anybody, they would have wiped those heroes out.
Yeah, just imagine anyone else. Just the clockwork with the hook and some battery assault would be just enough. That was an incredible bushwhack, but yeah, it just wasn't enough. It's a nice smoke. I feel like 90% of teams right now, they don't shy away from fighting after Aegis is claimed. They just go in and fight. Unfortunately, this time around, it didn't work out for Advanced Esports to defend that fight. They did separate, but what did they get from it? They got some time from Huskar. He is almost level 15, together with a Blink Dagger in like 5 gold. So this is basically his time to shine. You've got Blink and you've got Aegis. You need to go ham.
Chain Frost being committed middle by John onto one heater. There's going to be a hook shot coming in from Keto though, connecting onto 2. They've already blown up this DK, however. SPK, he is here as well as they jump in with Hazy, finding the spears out onto this Lina, and Pastel will die, so will John. Keto will be credited with the double kill.
How did
Was
he
that
get
Hado 99 from the clockwork? I don't know how that happened, man.
I think he got like the double cogs pushing them away, dealt the damage, because Huskar jumped in, he used Inner Fire. Inner Fire moved them away from cogs, and cogs dealt the damage. I think that's how he got him. Because he has no dots, like nothing besides the cogs that could have dealt the damage. Kinda cool.
I'm just saying to you now, fam, alright, that I actually do not care about the skill level of these teams. I want Advanced to win, because I want more of this entertainment. This has been the best game we've had so far. It's so back and forth.
Yeah, the game is definitely not a 14-minute game, at least, you know. It's like both teams have their chances, both teams have good team fight later on. SPK with the blink as well, very close to BKB, by the way. Tormentor does go to the lid, so he gets that nice little spire. Is it your favorite shard at the moment?
As a shot? No, the best shot in the game is the PA shot with the Phantom Knives. That's my personal favorite shot. But in terms of like average effectiveness in a game, I think the Ice Spire right now is probably the best one.
Yeah, it just feels ridiculously strong. This smoke has been scouted. They know 100% where everyone is.
Are scanning.
There it goes.
Yeah, this flare now as well has been revealed by the Watchers, so...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
On the bright side though, for Advanced Esports, although they didn't connect with that smoke, they're going to get a kill onto James up top. And they didn't really concede that much map advantage. They're still defending their tier 1 in the top side. This Roche, it's unfortunate that they couldn't use it on a big target, but when you're playing with this Huskar Dross, it's Roche 2 that's important anyway. So I think they're still fine with like having fights be avoided at this stage.
Triangle. They're going in. Oh!
Are indeed, but they blink away with this Enigma. He doesn't get caught just yet.
Oh, the Spire.
Spire will be there, bouncing back the Chain Frost, and we see the Aghanim shot come into vogue. Chain Frost was doing so much damage, but now that it's gone, this DK is going ham, killing off the Lich already. Now Fury and Storm Rage trying to go head to head, and he's able to do so. Needs to TP out though, not going to be able to do so because here is Rasmussen as well as Hazy. They find those kills. Elsewhere, they also managed to bring down the Tidehunter, so it's a 3-for-3 exchange on the map. But overall, I think that Advanced Esports will still be happier to have been able to bring down this Razor in the long run.
Yeah, I feel like Pastel maybe sold his Razor a little bit too soon. Because it's Lina plus Razor versus Hoodwink and Huskar. Hoodwink as well used most of the abilities, so no ult as well. I feel like at least you could have traded for the Aegis, or maybe you saved the Razor. It's a bit more dangerous, of course, but 2 versus 2, I don't think you run there.
Well, said Aegis does now expire. Hazy is effectively mortal once again. Has used this time to build into the Sanj, so once he finishes the full SNY, will feel a lot tankier with the bonus armor and the status resist. Honestly, I feel like that's a mechanic to just be... If you're only going to have it on like 1-2 items, 1-2 spells in the whole game, just remove the mechanic. It's pretty dumb. Mid lane, I think they're going to jump on the Tidehunter. They're looking for the angle. Rast Awesome finds himself in with the route of Atos, and he is going to get black holed. I don't think they needed to, but they also didn't have vision of everybody on the enemy lineup. They didn't know what could happen, so
yeah,
despite the Ravage being down, the commitment was necessary to secure an easy kill.
Yeah, John is kind of baiting here, but yeah, they're the ones that actually back out. He's got this blink on Lich. He's got blink glimmer. That's a rich Lich right there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
All that's missing is after he gets forced off, Aether Lens Axe. That's what I want to see next.
I don't mind as well.
Although they were commanding a fairly substantial gold lead, Winter Bears not only has that gold lead plateaued at the 5k mark, but it has now shrank to only 4. This DK pressuring the tier 2 tower in the top lane. Winter Bears will smoke up. Several heroes are heading top to try and stop this.
They know where Huskar is. They can jump
here.
him.
But Huskar, it's too late. He's too close to his team now. I don't know if they still want to make this jump. They go on top of him. They're trying to burst him, and they do. They get him down. At the same time, Lich is falling lower and lower. When Hader can't kill him, the Sunray heal, keeping him alive. And now when Hader finds himself isolated from the rest of his team, trying to TP out, and he makes it. What miracles are these? Kido creating the space, trying to TP out himself, and he also does it.
Yeah.
It's 1-1. Yes, you lose Huskar. Yes, you only get Lich. But the fact that you don't lose all of these heroes, in my opinion, is a massive miracle in favor of Advance.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. Luckily for Advanced Esports, the Dire side doesn't truly have a lot of disable. You've got Lina with your stun, and you've got Lich with Sinister Gaze, and that's it right now. Besides that, Ravage, sure, but you can only use that once or twice.
I have a question for you though about that fight. Why didn't Huskar BKB?
He died too quickly. He was dead.
No, I mean they had vision on the high ground, but we're gonna talk about it in a second because Kido gonna get bursted down.
He got jumped by the Lich. Lich jumped him and Sinister Gazed. He got disabled. And Lina as well from Fog, LS8. I mean, maybe
it was
he had,
when that happened, right?
yeah, maybe he had a millisecond to react to it.
Well, right now they do not have any time whatsoever to react to their torments being taken.
It's a really good shot.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's actually in contention for one of the best shots. As we do have a Chain Frost on the Ice Spire bouncing onto Ras Wilson, but Hazy, he jumps in. This time though, he does have the BKB. They go forward. Lich is already dead. Kajal needs to run. Ravage has already been expended. Juanita Doesn't... Oh no, this DK...
Dragonite in
he
the
didn't get
back,
off his
yeah.
BKB, and there's going to be a black hole onto this Razor. They're holding him in position. Do they have enough damage to kill him? One heater coming back for the right clicks, and he finds them. The DK ends up getting the kill onto Razor. They find Pastel as well as he burns out to the burning spears. I thought for sure DK was going to die next to his tier 2 tower, but the space created by SPK allows him to come back, allows him to dish out the damage, and they defend their base, defend their high ground, defend their tier 2, and get 3 kills in the process.
I feel like they're just a little bit too skittish, like especially on Lina. You need to give this guy some spirit to play, not Lina. I feel like, honestly, because he uses Laguna Blade on a Hoodwink that's really low HP anyway, and you do get that insta kill on him, which is really cool. But then she just starts running for some reason all the way back. Instead of hitting someone, just utilizing some more magic damage, some LSA on the targets around her. And Dragonite as well. I feel like if Lina and Phoenix are on him, like you said, he's probably at least forced to use a BKB under the tower. It was just the Phoenix kind of messing with DK while Lina was running. And then you get punished for that.
From Lich. Alright, will there be enough bounces from the Spire? Unfortunately not. Almost all the bounces were expended onto the Hoodwink. So by the time the Clockwork came in, wasn't really afraid of dying. Easy kill.
Nicely done by Advanced Esports. They're absolutely back in this game. You just gotta be careful now. Lina is on a hunt.
Well, they're gonna find a nice... I feel like that was a grudge Laguna.
Yep.
To be like, dude, you just been such a thorn in our sides. Please, just die. Get off the map.
They want to fight though. Bok is going in.
They are indeed. Hazy finds the Razor. Malfurion will pop his BKB.
Nice, LSA.
Trying to get himself away. Unfortunately, there's too much damage from this DK. The egg will come down, but not enough fire spirits to inhibit the attacks with the attacker speed. So these heroes will go down. Hazy diving all the way across the map, baby. Kachal, there's no way out for you. But sadly, there's no way out for Hazy, who will end up dead. He just given up in this instance. Can they take the secondary fight? Ravage immediately, and he doesn't have a BKB to be able to accomplish an escape here. So he just ends up dead. Can one heater escape? That is going to be the real question. DK, BKB still on cooldown for another 60 seconds. 60 seconds he simply will not have. And not only does he die here, Liz, but he doesn't have buyback. So Winter Bears can put a lot of pressure on this map right now.
I think that's probably one of my favorite interactions in Dota, when it happens that way. Some mad Huskar is ulting you and you blink back to your teammates and he has to follow. I love that. I love that interaction so much. It was a forced buyback on Phoenix. That's a positive for Radiant.
Oh. This is a free kill. Feels like it. They're just going to get Keto. Not going to cost them much. He doesn't have buyback either. However, the fact that they're killing him here does give enough time for Huskar and DK to get back before they reach the high ground. So it's the thing supports have to do to keep the game going.
I mean, the tier 2 towers are very healthy on all 3 lanes, top, mid, and bottom, so they truly never really had a chance of really damaging high ground a lot, but they are taking away the map control, though.
That's awesome. He showed a little bit, and Lich thought about making the jump, but decides instead to force off onto the high ground. Play safe. They know that the black hole is back online, so no need to take any unnecessary risks. That being said, Advanced Esports, they are clearly stacking up for a very big risk themselves. Are they going to smoke? And if they do, where do they head to on the map?
Yeah, they do have this black hole. I feel like it could be utilized. So far, all the black holes were kind of... I mean, we had some valuable ones, but nothing crazy. The only problem is on the other side, by the time they clash, you should have every single spell, right?
Well, Fire Spirits will be down now. Unfortunately, I think this Rocket Flare has given the game away. Back.
Yeah,
if I'm taking Tommy and I see a Rocket Flare, I just run away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Kachal is the one that's still standing up in front because he does have the blink forward with the anchor. Kachal just gets zoned back a little bit. They take the tier 2 tower. Hazy now jumping back in onto him, but oh my god, Lina just eviscerates this Huskar. Kajal finally does get off the Ravage, and there's a black hole onto the Lich and the Razor. But where is the follow-up damage? DK is in the wrong part of the fight. He now has to run himself away. He can't stay here anymore. He's been dragged back into the middle of the fray, surrounded by heroes, having all of his damage drained away. At the very least, able to kill off the Lich, but it will not be for anything more than that. As he dies, it's a full team wipe in favor of Winter Bear. And Advanced Esports overrating the strength of this Husker. And Lizard, yet again I ask you, why didn't he use his BKB?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he didn't test it yet. He tested it only 3 times. He's waiting. I don't know. Like, he can use the BKB and just jump in, sure. Not get ravaged. The static link still goes through, but overall it would be very helpful. Unfortunately, he wasn't quick enough. I think it's as simple as that. But even with the BKB usage, I think that was a really bad fight for them. You're kind of getting yourself completely out of position. Black hole is great, but not into an egg. Like, you use the black hole, but the Phoenix is there with an egg, so you kind of have to hit the egg anyway. You can't fight into it. And you're too stretched. Like, the heroes were way too stretched on their side.
Especially the DK. Like, DK has to be near the Enigma or near the Husker. Like, if DK is on the far edge of the fight, away from where even the Hoodwink is, that doesn't feel very effective to me. Like, he is... Without him, where's the damage output in these
Bastel.
fights?
I think this is a solo kill. Oh, the blink.
Oh.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But it's not over yet. It's not over. Round 2, there's the LSA. And, oh my god! Oh my god! Well, there used to be a Husker there.
Dragonite.
Magic resist on the passive for who? DK will be forced to pop his BKB just to try and get himself away from this Razor. Ultimately, though, it will keep him alive. Razor actually took quite a bit of damage, but this could be a trap. Juanito, you're going too far forward, my friend. You don't have a BKB anymore. He's trying to destroy this egg, but the Ghost Scepter from the E-Blade stops it from happening. Not only that, the egg comes off, it stuns the Hoodwink, they kill her off as well. It's a double for Pastel's Lina. And honestly, Liz, I'm feeling like this is a very heavy GG, because how do you fight? Especially when your Husker just is unable to ever even remember that he has BKB in his inventory.
Yeah, they completely missed their timings on the Huskar. He's being evaporated at this point by the Lina. Everyone is, let's be fair. Look at that, like,
Chain Frost,
whoever
high
she
ground
goes
with the
on.
Ice Spire, Keto is gone. SBK has to pop BKB just to retreat to the fountain. So now, although Black Hole is coming back off cooldown, we will not have the BKB Blink Black Hole available from the Enigma.
Yeah, they'll have Huskar in 10, but they needed this Blink Aghanims on Huskar much earlier. And then you can jump, you can hunt heroes. Enigma is dead.
Enigma?
Yeah.
No buyback! Why was he there? They needed the Blink Black Hole. Oh my god. Alright, game's over.
Yeah, game's over. He tried to use the Midnight Pulse just to delay a little bit, but he didn't see the anchor dead in the water. Look, he gets caught by that, and yep. Unfortunate for the boys of Advanced Esports, but that should be the series.
No. Oh, there's the BKB from Husker. He survives the Ravage. He survives the Ravage, can destroy the Ice Spire. So the game is still going for a momentary portion of time. John throws out the Chain Frost. BKB now activated by the DK, throwing out the right clicks, and the Lich will die. Okay, so we're not at Megas just yet. We are in a very difficult position. Gaben is only affording them a 6% chance to win. However, it is not zero, Lizard. It is not zero.
Yeah, I expected this game to be over right there in that push, but they managed to hold. There's a refresher on Razor, almost a full refresher on the Phoenix as well, which he can purchase very soon. Lina, the E-Blade, the Octarine, just dishing out way too much burst damage. This is like the scariest point in the game. Look at this. Oh my god. There we go. Still dies. Like, I experienced this way too many times, right?
I mean, I experienced this too despite playing carry. This Lina hero. Bro, remember at the start of the draft I was bugging about why is this hero allowed? What the hell is this? It's so strong.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday as well. It's just way too much burst damage. Just way too much.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
24k gold lead in favor of Winter Bear. They might not go for the game end up until they have this Aegis. Well, wow, bottom lane, look at this. DK, the enemy carry, is getting solo killed 100-0 without dealing a single instance of damage. Woo! Yeah, game is on.
Yeah, that's kind of the Lina that you have right now. No matter how... I mean, look, this Dragon Knight is all damage. He's not really... He's tanky, but he could be tankier, at least in his defense. But still, Lina is a crazy hero at the moment.
Do you agree with this DK going for Mask of Madness instead of SNY?
I know why he did it. Like, the disassemble later on is fine, but why he really did it is... it's the egg, right? Like, you pop the Mask of Madness and you can kill the egg. You can be the one. So it's kind of easy to flame it in hindsight, but there is some logic behind it. I don't mind it, yeah. Because it's not really that bad of an item on him. Armlet Mask of Madness is an okay build.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Probably a similar rationale as to why he went for the D-Lance. Who got that?
It's the Razor. Razor got the axe.
Oh, yeah.
So they have axe. They have axe, they have Refresher as well on Razor.
Do you remember the days when this was the meta, like axe, Refresher, Razor, Rush?
Yeah, of course. Every single game. Double Eye of the Storm and go in, push.
Hashtag TI4 meta was a good time. As this push is now being mounted in the top side of the map. They have the Roshan's banner drop down. One hitter was supposed to pop the DK for him, but now he's going to get himself ravaged. LSA burst it down, no buyback available. SBK at least finds the black hole, but it's only on to one. The 1 hero is not going to care. He's already used his ravage. He doesn't mind dying again. Now Fury and Storm Rage now rushing forward. Another Eye of the Storm at the ready. Trying to dish out as much damage as possible. He will be zoned back somewhat, but in the north side of the map, we do see Pasto able to bring down Kido and now also getting the LSA stun onto Hazy, killing him as well. A double for the Lina. Lich is in your base. Listen, a position 5 Lich is not dying in your base. That game is over. Call it GG, well played. When your 5-year-old son is punking me in my own house, I know the fight is over.
A 40-minute game of Dota 2 in the MESWA